Different idea for a background that I can do. Right, let me go to a new scene. I'm going to get rid of that. And then I'm going to put, no, I'll minimize that. For photos. Get rid of you. You. There we go. It's better. Now to weights. Q&A is on. Q&A is on. Q&A is on. Now to wait. The heck? Okay, just checking my camera. That one's already saved for the future. But hello, guys. Welcome to the Omniverse of Nick's Saturday Q&A. Once again, we are back with the new system, Notepad, and all that fun stuff. Omniversal Nick the Slick. I can't get over how cool that name for myself is. Now, I notified pretty much everybody, so we should be getting a decent amount of people here in a bit. But let's let the suggestions fly in. And I'll get to more to talking whenever we get more people in. It's funner that way. By the way, my phone cracked after 2 years or something, so that's fun. Bladdy, bladdy, blah. More or less, I'm just waiting for people, so I hope no one thinks that I'm ignoring them. But hey, if you've been a fan of the Q&As and been on here for a significant minute, then you know the drill by now. I'm getting and bullied on. What if Dale and Andrea died at the CDC? Hold on 1 second. Okay. Let's hope I can pull the Q. W. Okay. What if Dale and Andrea died at the CDC? I thought of doing that one, but really, if that happened, for one thing, how decent of a character Andrea was, especially at the time, and how much Dale cared for her, especially with his moral compass, with no meaning behind Dale's death, unlike before, the group would have honestly got darker and it would have probably affected the group so much that season 2's ending of the barn and everything would have just been dark. That's why I didn't decide to do that one, because there was just no point with how it made itself known, like especially with Dale, him dying in that way. I'm so thankful for the notepad on here and everything else. It's like freaking awesome. Oh. So, whoever recommended What If Nick Joined the Whisperers, I, like Shane, Merle, the governor, and Sophia, I have Nick and Madison joining other groups. I have Nick joining everyone up to the CRM, like literally every group. So that's going to be really freaking awesome. But I'll talk more about it, especially whenever we get more people in here. I'm in a debate. They're attacking bad. I'm not going to make it. Okay, KJ, two things. Number one, didn't we ever talk about this on the Discord? For you to try and at least get better, honestly. And number two, and I'm really trying to not think this way, but you aren't doing all this or saying this stuff to get attention, are you? Because if that's the case, then I'm going to need you to dial it back a little bit. Not that I'm totally against the prospect, no matter what the deal is. But, of course, I'm not going to know what the full thing is. And number two, I don't want any negativity or drama on the channel. It's not what this channel's for. We're here to talk about stuff, communicate together, and be happy and enjoy the stories. Okay, I'll get to that Saitama versus Goku thing in a second. What if the governor killed Michonne instead of Herschel? Well, the group would have died. Michonne is the one who saved Rick from the governor. If it weren't for her stabbing the governor through the heart, it would have died. Rick and kind of everybody else without a leader. So Herschel would not have been able to do what Rick or Michonne did. So the group, they would have lost. Several people have recommended that to me. So what do you mean you're starting to lose a debate on Saitama versus Goku? Like, what specifically about it? Technically, me and you already talked about this and said that Goku, especially with his Mastered Ultra Instinct, could definitely beat, if not get close to beating Saitama. Hi, King Devin. How have you guys been doing as a whole? You guys been enjoying the Casey story and just my updates and stuff, especially the recent pictures last night for the McQueen story, that Negan and Shane picture on the community post. I edited that and replaced Shane and cropped him over Simon. So both of them are there to see the horror of the Croat. And I'm past season 5 territory. And even though we're nearly approaching the end of June, I'm still confident in my abilities to get the production done. If not, it will be right like a few days after July, like literally the first or second day. But that's very, very unlikely because I'm very good at working as long as I put my mind to it. And the only reason that I didn't truly apply myself to it a few weeks ago is because I just hit small roadblocks, but I was still doing the story because this channel in my life Ever since I started it, it comes first. Sure, everything else might be important, but, well, that's some things, more or less. But this channel is my prized possession, as well as you guys who support it. So you help me, I help you, and we all are happy. What if Beth didn't stab Dawn? So, like, what if Beth survived, basically? I've made Beth survive in a handful of stories, and I have stories planned for Beth being in Dead City and many other stories. So that prospect is pretty much already happening. But a sole Beth surviving video alone? No. Abraham, Tyrese, Carl, and other characters, them I can do. Beth, not so much. It's nice we got 3 ghost faces, like how Scream 3 was originally going to be. You know, it's funny, because Scream 1 had 2 killers, Scream 2 had 2 killers, and honestly, Scream 2 is the only one where the name of the movie and the killer amount is the same. Like, think about it. We had 2 killers in Scream 1, 2 killers in Scream 2, 1 killer in Scream 3, and 2 killers in Scream 4, 2 killers again in Scream 5, and then 3 in Scream 6. So it's always at least 2 or 3. 3 was kind of a put-in number for the the 6th movie, but it seems to always reflect on 2, which I'm fine with. As long as they make a good horror movie and stand up to how Scream evolved since it came out, then I'm perfectly okay with however many killers they put in. What if Roman worked with Billy and Stu and Scream? Technically, no, I'm not counting my what if on this. He already did. Think about it. He is the one who helped Billy and Stu and got them into the fold. Remember, the 3rd movie was showing that Roman was behind everything, basically. So technically, he already did. And no. That's not me putting in my what if into the mix. That's legit. Oh, Goku in The Walking Dead? I have Kid Goku being in The Walking Dead. That's the closest you're going to get. Well, with my what if, I'm technically already doing that. I can't think of a central plot for him just alone without copying material that I've already used. But I have something really interesting to tell you guys. A few, actually, while we're doing the Q&A. Like always, I got stuff to tell you guys, because you guys deserve to know. My What If Lightning McQueen never went to Radiator Springs, hashtag the 3rd most popular video on the channel. It's exceeded 4,600 views as of last night. And my most popular video, What If Rick Met Negan Before Alexandria? It's almost at 9,000. I can make that over 9,000 joke here pretty soon. But Jesus, half of these videos, I never expected it to get that popular. And I'm not even the one who came up with the Lightning McQueen and Radiator Spring what if. A family member of mine came up with the idea for me. And then that got me invested a little into Cars What Ifs. And that's expanded a lot since then. What if dog had a cure? That'd be very random to make the cure with the dog. Yeah, rip to the 7 too. Let me see here. Will there be other Cars characters in your Lightning McQueen, The Walking Dead What If, or just McQueen? Well, I've already told you guys the premise of how it happens and how I set up like a crossover fear and like a big, huge ending. Well, all I'm going to tell you is that no, the Cars characters do not revolve. The story does not revolve any Cars character at all besides McQueen until the ending, whenever, and this is a spoiler that I don't really want to point out, but I'll at least give you a tiny bit of a hint as to part of the ending. Because even though I'm showing you guys updates and everything, because everyone shows updates, be it What If YouTuber or not, I will give you guys at least a tiny little bit of a hint as to what part of the ending entails. It will basically revolve around the crossovers and everything molding into the Walking Dead universe and Rick getting McQueen home. So the Cars characters will actually make an appearance at the end. And I've got a really sick ending planned for the story. Literally, this will probably be, and I've said this about a few of my stories, the best Walking Dead story I've made since the Madison story, the Sophia one, and the Dale and Merle one. Which, to be fair, I've said that about a few. Not so much the Merle one, but you guys get what I'm saying. I wouldn't say it if it weren't true. Trust me. I mean, people do pride themselves on their work, but I only do it if it actually entails like really good work. And every time I work on this with parts of it, especially when I started the beginning and how I got it set up, I'm like, oh, people are going to love the frick out of this. But yeah, that's basically what's going to happen. Hello, Garjulio. So we haven't got any ideas saved yet, but I'm going to say this now since more people are in. I don't know who recommended it last time, but I think it might have been Garjulio. You recommended What If Nick Joined the Whisperers? After that, I went in to Madison and Nick, and like my other What Ifs, like Merle, Sophia, Shane, and the governor, like you know how I had separate What Ifs planned for them going to different groups, stuff like that. I did the same with Nick and Madison, thanks to you guys, especially you, Garjulio, if you're the one who did that. So, thank you for that. Oh, that was you, King Devin. Well, thank you regardless. Were it either of you, because I know both of you have recommended Nick and Madison stories before. So, thank you guys regardless. What if Pete's family and Carol's family swapped? That's already saved. Now, what else did I want to say? Oh, guess what happened to my phone recently? So, my phone, you can't quite make it out, but along here, it's cracked. So, because, get this, had this phone, this is probably my third touchscreen in my life, so it's good, but I've had this over 2 years, and stupidly, I was going to the bathroom, and I accidentally set it on the counter very rushingly because I was rushing all over the place that day. This was just a few days ago. And it fell on the tiles of my bathroom floor. Literally. It's fallen on the road, fallen on the floor, fallen on the pavement, and tiles on a bathroom floor is what caused it to crack. My second touchscreen, it fell out of my pocket onto pebbles. You know, like some playgrounds areas and like parks and stuff, they have like pebbles and stuff like that. Well, my second one, that fell on those. So 2 phones cracked because of that. The second one, actually, the day after it cracked, it stopped working. This one, thankfully, that didn't happen. My first one actually lasted for quite a long time after it cracked because that was my first touchscreen. I can still use this, and it's not a totally big deal, mainly because I have this. So, it doesn't totally hurt me. Plus, I'm very careful with my phones, and I'm glad that I backed everything up. So, honestly, it's just a minor inconvenience, to be honest with you. It's an annoyance to think about it. If I was still doing YouTube fully off my phone, then I'd be totally rageful. Now, there was something that I wanted to bring up regarding the McQueen story. Oh! Did you guys like the picture of Ophelia? I had that what if at one point, but I couldn't think of a way for her to live. But I'm willing to give it another chance. Now, did you guys like the picture of, if you've seen it, about the update that I gave recently to the McQueen story with Morgan being the most clear mode he's ever been? I'm talking worse than the show, worse than my Madison what if, and worse than the ending of my Dale story, which, to be fair, the Dale story was all hallucination from Dale. Hashtag Bardock foresight. It was kind of a mix of both. But my point is, I'm making Morgan in this story, very against what I thought I was going to do, the most clear mode he's ever been, ever. I'm talking full red eyes, a sword slice on him, and a gunshot. And molding an axe onto his spear. I'm not going to mention how he got the sword slice and the gunshot, but if you've seen updates and context clues, then that's totally up for you guys to decide how and it's happened. But you can notice that I'm not giving every single little thing away, because if I did that, I might as well just be telling the story. And if you guys notice, in the ending of my Dale story, whenever I made Morgan the full clear mode, he kills everybody, right? Or gets himself killed. Here, he's going to kill a lot of people and get a lot of violence and get his hands a lot bloody dirty. But it's not going to end like the Dale story. One, because it's not a hallucination. Lightning McQueen's in it, and I've already explained how sick I want that beginning and ending to be. And number 3, if I remolded it into that, it would defeat the entire purpose of the story. But it's because I felt that it was needed for the part of the story which I just explained which I can't spoil. Now, where is that Shane and Negan picture? Oh, yeah. Like I even mentioned, I cropped Shane over Simon for the Negan and Simon and the Croat thing. And I really think that how I did that picture, if you guys have seen people like Lytra Storm, he doesn't do it fully. He sort of does my system, more or less, or I do his system of like showing pictures and that stuff, except I don't zoom up or out or in like he does with his pictures. I just slideshow them through. But my point is, if you guys have seen What If YouTubers like Salad Saiyan or Smug Stick or even Moscow X just a little bit, or Carthu Dojo, they have the system where they show a background and then pictures cropped into that background until the characters move to another place, and then they show that background, and it's like an actual story. That's what I'm going to start doing when I get to the second batch, because after I found out that my photo collage could be an overlay, I'm like, and I'm experimenting it with it more and more, because you guys have seen the massive amounts of pictures. I'm like, nah, if I truly want to be a great What If YouTuber, and I'm not saying this absolutely not in a rude way, because I love all of those people. I'm literally subscribed to all the best What If YouTube people that I can literally look up. But what I'm saying is, I wish, obviously, to be the best and keep growing. And the only way to do that is to not only look over old formula, but improve upon old formula, be it from myself or other people. So there you go. Truth bubble of the day for you. What if Carl found Ben 10's Omnitrix? The only Ben 10 what ifs that I'm doing is in Marvel and Dragon Ball. No Walking Dead. The Omnitrix is too powerful for The Walking Dead. If Morgan found the wolves before East, then he would have literally killed the frick out of them. What if Shane killed Rick in season 1? That's saved. So we got one so far. What if Ophelia survived? Which is fine. I'm actually going to look at my list because I felt like there was more I wanted to add. Oh! Before I forget, after this, I'm going to be working on, before I get back to, you know how I usually, the boys won't happen until literally after I'm done watching everything else that I have planned. I already told KJ that. And the only reason I'm going to watch that is because Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Laurie Holden, and Pamela Milton's voice are actors from The Walking Dead are on it. Same with The Mist. I didn't even realize that whenever I watched The Mist that there were characters from The Walking Dead on there. But my point is, you know how I usually, in the middle of working on a project, I'll work on an intro and outro, and I've been doing that. I plan to work on a new intro and outro. The latest one I showed you guys was the Troy one, which I'm sharing monetization values with the creators. The only places that will be blocked, like if I put it in a video, is Belarus and Russia, which is really not a big deal at all. But after I'm done here, I'm going to be working on an intro and outro for Morgan. All I'm going to say is that it involves a song from a new movie, and it shows how insane Morgan is. Oh, And another thing, besides Nick and Madison joining other groups and putting them in that fold too. Oh, and Troy Otto. I forgot I put him in the fold too of joining other groups. Anyway, I put Virginia and Dakota finding other groups too. And yeah, they're on the list too. What if Merle found the claimers is saved? What if Chris returned being part of... I already have several what ifs revolving Chris, like him surviving, returning instead of another character, and I could do like, what if Chris joined Teddy? Maybe Chris joining other groups, but I really don't want to tackle Chris any more than I have to. Just based on the fact that he's not really a good character. Trust me, Lori is the most hateable character in the franchise, but Chris, he's just more of an annoyance rather than a hateable character. I mean, sure, he's hateable in a few levels because he tried to kill Alicia and Madison, and he ignored Travis several freaking times and got himself killed. But I don't know. I'm obviously doing ideas for him. It's just I don't want to do more than necessary. Because honestly, tackling him is kind of... you saw what I had to do to make Lori likable. It's just awkward. What if Troy joined... I can't speak. What if Troy joined Teddy and joined the Whisperers? Both of them are saved. So we got 2 so far. Ophelia surviving and Chris joining Teddy. Which is fine, because we got plenty of time. I honestly, at first, whenever I was introduced to him, I didn't think he'd be that annoying. I kind of saw him as sorta, maybe kind of an annoyance, but he was far more of an annoyance than I thought he'd be. And honestly, it's disappointing on a few levels. Huh? What if Glenn didn't use Negan's free pass? Abraham... What? What do you mean free pass? So, what if Abraham was the only one that got killed, so Glenn survives fully? I have made what if Negan killed Maggie instead of Glenn, and I have several stories where Glenn survives and plan to have a bunch of stories where Glenn survives. What if Virginia had a redemption arc? I have a story where she survives. So it's already happening. Oh, so any of you WWE fans, this is an off-topic random question, but I do have plenty of WWE stuff done. I mean, I've already done it, John Cena, what if. Do you guys think Roman Reigns is ever going to come back, or like what's going on there? Because apparently, according to Solo, he's not coming back. And Drew McIntyre supposedly quitting. Everyone's pulling a Mark Henry in the WWE now. Mark Henry's done it. AJ Styles did it. And he quit against Rhodes. And then we got freaking Drew McIntyre freaking supposedly quitting only to beat the living tar out of, well, what's his name? CM Punk. I have John Dory what ifs, but where would this CRM and John Dory thing take place? Are we trying to make John Dory join other groups? Because you'd have to find a way to make him join another group. Unless I think I might have an idea. That's it. I could have him joining other groups, just like all the other people I plan to. And exactly, that's what I was thinking even. So I'm going to have him join several other groups. So of course this takes place during season 6, so you obviously got to think about that. What if John Dory joined Teddy? What if John Dory joined Padre? Joined Troy? Joined the Whisperers, because I feel like the Whisperers would still be maybe a thing around then. No Alpha and Lydia ones. Alpha was too dark to join any other group. That's why I got rid of the what ifs revolving them. Even we saw what she was like even before she got kidnapped by Hera and like went back, found Beta and all that stuff. It just wouldn't work. John Dory joined Alexandria. Joined Reapers. I know what you mean, but I'll explain how it makes sense here in a minute. Joined the CRM, and I feel like that's every group. Yep. So I have literally idea 3 to 10, him joining the rest of the fear groups that would be there, and the ones left in the main story. So let me explain to you, before I read the other ideas here, how Alpha's story makes sense. So we all know her original story, and then we see a flashback of it in season 10 with her finding Beta, but then we get that prequel episode with Alpha's true story and her and Lydia and them both getting kidnapped by Hera. So here's how it makes sense. Let me set the situation for you. She kills her husband, goes with those boat people, joins Hera, gets kicked out, finds Beta, and then takes over. Yeah, exactly. Yes. That's exactly what I was just about to say. Okay, so now I need to catch up a little on what ifs. I need to go to the actual chat. What if June joined the Saviors? Okay, if you're going to make me do June-related what-ifs and have her join groups just like all these other people, the people that I chose and everything like that, that's because it was easy enough to do, and or people to replace that segment of the story, or just they weren't needed in the story anymore. But here's the thing. With June, she was a vital part of Fear and did a lot, saved a lot, and showed a lot. So you would need someone to replace June. What if Morgan and Dwayne went with Rick? I already have Dwayne surviving, Dwayne being alive instead of Morgan, Morgan dying instead of Dwayne. But them going with Rick, I feel that I either have that saved, or I just have too many what ifs pertaining to Dwayne and Morgan that I just can't do it. What if T-Dog got scratched instead of Big Tiny? That is saved. What if Nick made The Walking Dead? What would you want to happen? You mean like a The Walking Dead rewrite? Well, technically the closest that you're going to get to that is my What If The Walking Dead Was a Dream. But as a rewrite, I can't really do that because that is way too complex to think about. And the minute that I would think that I would want something to change with the story, you got to think. If you want something to change in a story, you can't just be like, oh, I want John Dory to survive and him and Rick team up and kill everyone. That's not how it works. Because you got to think about every angle of a story if you want something different to happen. That's what makes a story good. If you asked me in the past, I would have gladly told you anything and everything that I would want. But now growing up and understanding stories more, it just doesn't work like that. What if Lydia and Dakota swapped? Well, you know what? Why not? It'd be nice to see that character dynamic swap over. Especially with the both of them. Lydia wasn't crazy like Dakota, but hey, their dynamic in of itself with the two of them, it'd be nice to see that flip-flopped. Okay, I'll try to think that over. What, the Alpha backstory? Don't strain yourself too much if it becomes too complex. Because yeah, I didn't get the prequel episode either, and what they were doing and how that all worked, but I understood it in time. It's just weird that they put stuff like that and how they did that. But hey, whatever they want to do, it's whatever they want to do. What if Lee and Clementine? I don't cover exclusive from the games and stuff. No, just Destinies. Oh, I didn't. Okay. What if Charlie joined Woodbury? I already have Charlie and Ennis being in the Atlanta camp, but that's probably the closest that you're gonna get. You know what? Just because it's able to happen, I'll make Charlie and Ennis join other groups because it can happen. but it will take a lot of what ifs. Geez, I'm stocking myself up. We might even have over 30 ideas today, guys. That's a first in a while. We are stacking ourselves up to utter, complete, and total completion for like years and years into the future for this channel. Come on. Let me type. Uh-oh. Hold on just 1 second. You guys still with me? Okay, I had to reload my page because I think that I hit the limit on the notes. What is going on? Maybe I typed too much. Okay, this is weird. I need to see something. Are you guys still there? I don't know if I jacked up my stream. because it's not letting me type. I'm going to do something. I don't know if it's going to kick me out, but I still got to do it. So I'm going to reset my computer, and if it doesn't kick me out, I'll be back. Okay. Phew. Almost gave me a scare. So I had to reset my computer because it wouldn't let me type. Literally, it jacked up my settings. So we can continue on. I'm going to make Charlie and Ennis join a bunch of groups, like I was saying. Maybe it's either due to me typing too hard on the laptop, or maybe my computer just needed a good reset. You guys know technology. But that legit scared me, though. Sorry I made you guys wait. I didn't expect that to happen. Now I gotta reopen my tabs. Frick. No, I didn't want it to do that. Oh, those two decide to go to the normal size. I don't even think it opened Google Photos or Discord for me. Also, sorry if I'm lagging. This is gonna... Good grief. Technology's fine and all, but sometimes it can be more trouble than it's worth. Okay, I'm good now. But it's lagging. Good grief. Okay, I'm going to make Charlie and Ennis join groups. Hopefully you guys are still with me. That was more of an annoyance than it should have been. Mm-hmm. heck? We're going to have to do the rest off of my phone because it's not letting me type. I'm still going to be here. It's just I'm going to have to save the ideas off of my phone. I'm still here with you guys. I just got to save the ideas that I put here onto my phone, and I'm just going to do it differently because my computer, even on Google and stuff like that, it's not letting me type. Unless... Don't tell me. I'm going to try something. Okay. I don't get why it ain't working. Like, whenever I go to type, it's just popping up a screen. What the heck? Why is my typing going on and off? I don't know. I guess it's still working. Okay. I think I just got to be easy. No, they can't join the claimers because Charlie. So that's stayed out of the question. I'm almost done putting Charlie and Ennis in the other groups and figuring out what the frick was wrong with my computer. I might have been hitting the keys too hard. The heck? There it goes again. It's not even just my keys, it's my mouse. Yeah, I legit don't know. I have no surviving already. I'm still reading your stuff and I'm still doing this. It's just hard because I don't know. Why does my mouse keep scrolling? Why does my mouse keep zooming in and out instead of scrolling up and down? And why aren't my keys actually typing on my computer? So, guys, you all still with me? I am such an idiot. I'm such an idiot. You want to know why? My charger of my computer was literally held down on the control freaking button of my computer. Literally, the control key of my computer. It was held down. And using control and the mouse zooms it in and out. And it was messing with my keys. I am such an idiot. So, we can officially get back to the Q&A now because, you know, Nick had to be an idiot. But, you know, at least I figured out what the frick was going on. Like, I was literally about to lose it. I was so freaking confused, too. I'm glad I figured that out. Now we can properly get back to work, and I'll even extend the stream for you guys. All right, now that I've made Charlie and Ennis join every group possible, now I'm going to look into the what ifs from you guys that I missed. As soon as I get rid of this help bar. Can you leave? Can you leave? Bruh, get out of here. Thank you. Jesus. What if the Walking Dead Atlanta group... wait. What if Beale and Teddy swap? I can't see Teddy doing anything more than he did. What if the governor didn't attack in season 4? Well, what would he do instead? What if the Walking Dead Atlanta camp had the Fear the Walking Dead storyline? Well, then it would just be Fear the Walking Dead in The Walking Dead. So, like, what if Madison's family joined Rick? Which, the parallel to what if Rick's family joined Madison is still happening. What if Sophia waited for Rick? Well, if she waited for Rick, then they would have just ended up going to Fort Benning and either got killed going there, got killed clearing the place or attempting to, or got killed trying to escape. There literally was signs that that place was not a walk in the park. What if Herschel died at the end of season 2? Well, how would that happen? What would be a big thing that would happen after? And, like, stuff like that. Just a basic overall, like, idea. What if Rick's... No, that's just another cannibal situation. And that would have made half the group leave because Glenn, Tara, Maggie, and several others were already uncomfortable with how Rick and them killed the Terminus people. They definitely wouldn't have done that. If Rick's group stayed at the hospital. Why did I never think of that before? All right, so who's here still with me? King Devin, like Gargiulio, we still got some of the usuals because whoever didn't hear me, I have something really funny to tell you about what I figured out about my computer. And we have 26 motherfreaking ideas for this stream. Way to go. What if Noah survived and several other Nicholas and Noah stories are saved already? What if Bob survived is also saved? So yeah, whoever's still here and didn't hear me, I figured out what was wrong with my computer. My charger for my computer was literally held down on the control key. And that's what was making my thing scroll in and out and not be able to type. So I literally wasted all that time for nothing. I'm such an idiot. I was so sure that I broke my computer. I am glad to the freaking stars above that I didn't. What if Negan made Rick Carl's arm off? That and Daryl's getting his arm cut off are both saved stories. Okay, so we have officially got 26 ideas, and I did extend it a little bit, but I think that I'm honestly going to call it here just because of how many ideas we got. Not to say that I've ever put a limit on it before, but I feel we made really good headway with the stories. Like, some of them were just based off of a single idea that you guys recommended. I just expanded upon it. But you guys still did good in recommending, like, a good enough premise for the ideas that even I put down and stuff like that. But I'm going to call it here. Thank you guys so much today for the Q&A, especially considering the fact there was a stupid problem. Thank you, Control Key. And the fact that you guys, even with the simple premise where we got 26 ideas, which is a first in quite a while. But yeah, thank you guys for that. Hope you guys are definitely hyped for the McQueen story, which I'm constantly updating. I update you guys on every story that I'm working on. Like I said, should be done with that production-wise near the end of June, and we'll be on to the second batch of stories I already showed you guys multiple times by the beginning of July. Along with that, hope you guys are liking the Casey story, which will be wrapped up next week, Friday, and other stories will be starting after. And I will see you guys later on Discord and show you guys the new Morgan intro and outro I just teased earlier in the stream. Don't forget, if you guys did not get to recommend a what if here in the stream, or if you missed the stream, you are more than welcome to recommend said idea or however many ideas your heart desires in either this stream or any one of my videos or community posts. It really doesn't matter how many, where you do it, it doesn't matter. I respond to literally every single comment, whether it's hearting it or actually talking to you guys, because that's what a decent YouTuber should do. But that aside, besides that, what else? I'll see you guys later on the Discord. I mentioned that for the Morgan intro and outro, and for gaming streaming off of my thing later tonight. If I'm able to fully, depending on how much work I get done. And I will see you guys tomorrow, definitely on the Discord, and Monday and the Wednesday, Friday stuff for the videos, and next Saturday for the next Q&A. Sorry if I just talked your ear off for that last bit. But thank you guys so much for the ideas, sincerely, for the 26th. And I'll see you guys later.